Duh, you have an anime for me? Yes, sir, I do. And you know how Marvel kind of has a monopoly on superheroes? Yeah, and honestly, we've been stumped about how to fix that. Well, me and the guys have come up with a brilliant idea. What's that? What if we combined Harry Potter and superheroes to make a show where people with superpowers go to high school and learn how to be heroes? That is brilliant! You really think so? Yeah, it totally beats our idea of a multi-Iron Spider Captain Canada-verse. Great, so in this world, like 80% of people have superpowers. Nope. What? Can't say superpowers. Why not? Because I said so. Alright then, quirks. They can have quirks. Oh, I see, because they're like quirky. Yeah, so the job of superheroes, like officially, nope, can't do superhero either. Alright then, what if we just said hero? That works. Alright, so the job of heroes, an officially recognized title, and they're paid by the government when they apprehend villains. Wow, it sounds like you've actually given this quite a bit of thought and originality. So in this world, instead of Superman, we've got this guy All Might. There's the ripoff. So what are these guys' powers? Well, his power is all for one, and it's like the culmination of power. Oh, what's that mean? It means that he can smash. Like Hulk smash? Like Tennessee smash. What? New York smash. Say what again? United States of smash. So you just put something vaguely American behind the word smash? Yep, I like it. I can't wait to see what this guy All Might does. Oh, no. The main character is this guy called Deku. What? Yeah, so he's this guy who dreams of being a hero, but he can't because he doesn't have any powers. Now those two things aren't like mutually exclusive, right? What? Iron Man, Falcon, Winter Soldier, Ant-Man, none of them have powers. Okay, well in this world you need powers to be a superhero. Okay, so I guess technology just isn't able to overcome the difference, eh? Oh no, it definitely is. What? Yeah, most heroes have some sort of technical support gear that helps them out. Lack of powers is really not seeming like much of a problem. Okay, sir, I tell you what. Just shut up. What? None of this is gonna work if you start bringing logic into this, so respectfully, shut your face. Okay, relax, we're good here. Yeah, we're good. So Deku gets bullied by his childhood friend Bakugo, who's got like explosive powers. Oh, so this guy's like the ultimate villain, right? What? What do you mean? He's got all the hallmarks of a villain. No, he also wants to be a hero. Being a bully and using your abilities to gain leverage and power over others is definitely not what a hero would do. Well, I thought instead of doing a classic thing, we show that all kinds of people can be heroes and then they grow and change over time. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. So how long is it gonna take Bakugo to realize his mistakes? About 6 seasons. Oh gosh. Yeah, then one day Deku's gonna meet All Might, who reveals that he can pass his powers on to Deku. But why would he ever do that? Because he's been looking for a successor and he was born quirkless just like Deku. I see. And so then Deku's gonna have a giant training montage to prepare for the UA entrance exams. Oh, what's UA? Well, sir, it's the best hero course high school in the world where All Might went to school and is now a teacher. Well, does he get the powers? Yeah, he's just gotta eat a hair. What? And then he goes to the entrance exam and punches a giant robot. Sounds about right, honestly. But his powers aren't really developed yet, so he's just gonna break his bones every time he uses his powers. Oh wow, that does not sound like very long term at all. We'll give it a few seasons. Of course you'd say that. And so both Deku and Bakugo get accepted into the UA hero course and end up in the same class. Oh, what are the chances that would happen? Indeed, what a strange twist of fate that was. So who else is in this class? Well, it's a large cast, but some of the highlights include Todoroki, who's got fire and ice powers. Oh, the Iceman cometh and burn. Okay, and also Uraka, who's got gravity powers. Houston, we have a problem. Sure, and there's also Tsu, who's just a frog. I bet she knows how to cross a road. Moving on, there's also Tenya, who's just the Flash. Well, how many more are there? About 20 more. What? Oh, don't worry, most of them aren't actually important. Okay, good. I was worried there for a sec. So the teacher is going to be named Aizawa, a hero named Eraserhead. So what can he do? If he looks at someone, he can cancel their powers. That is crazy overpowered. It stops if he breaks line of sight, though. You know, why is that so smart? And so in their first day of training with All Might, Deku and Uraka are going to be teamed up and they're going to go against Bakugo and Tenya. Oh, an actual fight between Deku and Bakugo. How's that going to go? Deku's going to beat Bakugo easily and spectacularly. Spectacularly indeed. And then one day the class is going to go to a training ground. They're going to get attacked by the League of Villains. Oh, who are these guys? Well, so there's the leader, Shigaraki Tomura, who's just like the bad guy of the show. And he's got the power to make anything he touches just decay. Oh, wow. Now that guy sounds like a villain. And they got this bioengineered human called a gnome. And what can he do? He's supposed to kill All Might, right? I see. And does he do that? Well, he almost kills Eraserhead. But what about All Might? It's going to be a great fight. What about All Might? All Might's going to defeat it easily. And there it is. But now that he's given Deku his power, his own power is waning, so it's reducing the amount of time he can spend as a hero. Well, I gotta say, that sounds like an amazing first season. You know what? I'm glad. I gotta ask, though, for like no reason at all, do you think we could make a game out of this? Why? Yeah, no reason. So you have My Hero Academia sequel for me? Yes, sir, I do, and I gotta tell you, this is gonna be epic. Oh, what is it? Well, pretty much I was in my cousin's garage last week betting on some chicken fights. That's illegal and cruel. And I thought, what if superheroes competed against each other in like a superhero Olympics? Oh, that sounds cool. You think like All Might versus Mount Lady or something? All the 15-year-old Hero Corps students are gonna fight it out in a ring, right? That seems kind of questionable. Well, it's meant to help with their training. Well, if it's for their training, then I suppose it could work as long as it's a strictly school thing. Broadcasts to the entire world and replaces the Olympics. Oh my gosh. And it's called the UA Sports Festival, and everyone's super excited, right? And what about Deku? Oh, he's also super excited because All Might tells him that this is his chance to tell the world that he is here. I love doing that. He's gonna post a selfie and be like, I was here. No, I mean, there's a lot of agency scouts in the crowd, and the heroes want to get internships with them. You see, sometimes I wonder why I pay you. You what? And then you go and pull something like that, and I still wonder. What's your point? But I want a burrito. You know what? Okay, make the call. Hey, Mike's Fried Chicken, can I get a burrito, please? Whoa, 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 are you eating from the competition? They can't trace it back to me. I'm using your company account. We have those? Okay, good news. You got about 6 minutes before that burrito shows up. Wow me. Okay, so the first challenge is gonna be like a race, right? Okay. And everyone's gonna race, right? Okay, some more. And Deku's gonna win. How's he manage that? He's gonna jump on top of a landmine. I gotta write that one down. You don't want to do that. Hey Siri, set a reminder to win race using landmine. Hey, can we please get back to this? Oh, sure thing. So up next is the cavalry battle, and Deku's gonna have the largest point bandana, so everyone's after him. And what does Deku do? Well, he's gonna list the help of this guy Tokuyami, who's got a quirk called Dark Shadow. Sounds very dark. Indeed, so Deku and his friends are gonna get the headband stolen immediately. Oh no, but Tokuyami gets just enough points to get them into the individual battles. Hey, I'm starting to like this guy. And so then Deku's gonna fight this guy Shinzo. Oh cool, what's he like? So if he talks to someone and they answer a question, he can like mind control them, right? Oh, is this another one of those, that guy should be a villain, but we're trying to do something different here? Yes, sir. In fact, he's actually trying to transfer into the hero course. Well, what does Deku do? So the previous wielders of One for All snap him back to reality, right? Did you say the previous holders of One for All? Correct. That seems kind of big. Are you gonna explain any of that? Give me about 2 to 5 seasons. Yeah. So then we're gonna find out that this guy, Todoroki, has a dad who's the number 2 hero, and he created Todoroki to beat All Might. What are these guys' powers exactly? He can use fire and ice, but he kind of hates his dad, so he only uses his mother's ice. Interesting. And so then Bakugo's gonna fight Uruka, right? Explodey guy versus Gravity Girl. Correct. So Bakugo's gonna win, right? Well, you see, Uruka's gonna pull out an ultimate move, but Bakugo's gonna win, yeah. Called it. What are you doing over there? Deducting $10 from your paycheck for losing a bet. That wasn't a bet, though. I could make it 100. Moving on, and so Deku's gonna fight Todoroki, and he's gonna use his fire on Deku after all. This sounds like a stupid epic fight. Is Deku gonna win? No, actually, Deku's gonna lose, but it's like an honorable loss. Fair enough. So the final fight's gonna be Todoroki versus Bakugo, right? Okay. Bakugo's gonna win, but he's upset that Todoroki didn't use his fire against him. Well, why is that? Because Bakugo. That works. And so the Bakugo's gonna win the UA Sports Festival and get tied to a pole. That actually sounds super funny. That's the idea, sir. Well, I gotta say, that feels like a super good season. Good, but we're not done yet. What? So for this season and all future seasons, I was kind of thinking we could do 2 arcs, right? One really good and one slightly less good. Doesn't sound like the best idea, but what if it is? It really isn't. Alright, I didn't want it to do this, but Mike's Fried Chicken sent me a buyout offer. What did you just say? And I must say, it's very tempting. We'll double it. No. Triple. No. Half. Deal. Wait, what? So what happens in the second slightly less good arc? And then there's this guy, the hero killer Stain, right? Okay. And he kills heroes. Stabby villain. So Tenya's brother nearly got killed by Stain, and he vows revenge. Hey, remind me, who is Tenya again? The Flash ripoff. Gotcha. And so eventually Tenya's gonna find Stain, right? Well, surely someone called the hero killer is gonna beat a 15-year-old kid. Yeah, it goes pretty much how you'd expect. Yeah. Meanwhile, Deku's learning how to use One for All like 5%, right? What was he doing before? Breaking his bones. Oh yeah, this sounds much better. And so Deku and Todoroki are gonna eventually find Tenya and Stain, right? Where'd Todoroki come from? Not important, so they realize that if Stain licks their blood, then they become paralyzed. Oh, ew. I know, right? What if someone had diseased blood? Stain's just a walking can of disease. Oh. I'm gonna make an executive decision here and say, shut up. Shutting right up. And so eventually they defeat Stain and hand him over to the authorities, right? Okay. But this unwittingly brings in a lot of fresh meat for the League of Villains. Oh, right, those guys are still around. What are they up to? Villainy things. Oh, super villainy. So then everyone's gonna have their final exams, right? Doesn't sound super exciting. Well, a hero course has to defeat their hero teachers. Oh, that suddenly sounds very exciting, actually. And so Deku and Bakugo have to work together to defeat All Might. And do they? Yeah, pretty easily, actually. Sounds about right. Then Shigaraki Tomura's gonna pay Deku a little visit in the mall. Why'd he do that? Because Shigaraki, I guess. That works. And then everyone's gonna head off to a training camp for season 3. Are you done? Yes, sir. Like, really? For sure? 100% done. Do you not want me to be done? Nope, we're done. I'm calling. What I just said. Look, I think the show's still got tremendous potential. There's just one thing missing. What's that? They need trading card statistics. What? So you have a My Hero Academia Season 3 for me? Yes, sir, I do. And let me tell you, at least half of this is going to be really good. What do you mean, at least half? Well, remember when I said we were going to do one really great arc and one less good arc going forward? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to retract that statement and replace it with one really good arc, one crap arc. Or, you know, you could just do 2 good arcs. Yeah, no. Well, I tried. So what happens in this thing? So Class A is going to go to a training camp in the woods led by this hero team, the Pussycats, right? Like a normal school camping trip? Well, yeah, so more like a training camp so they can work on developing their quirks. quirks. Oh, and how are they gonna do that? Off screen. That works. Then they're gonna have a test of courage, right? Again, a super normal school activity. But then the League of Villains is gonna attack the training camp. There it is. And we're gonna meet the League of Villains proper, right? Oh, who are these guys? So we've got Dabby, who makes blue flames. Blue, huh? We've got Spinner, who's like the hero killer if he was a lizard. I like lizards. We've also got Twice, who can make copies of living creatures. Wait, that sounds like a super strong quirk. What if he just made thousands of copies of himself? Already took care of that, he won't make copies of himself. Why not? Because, you know, that is so smart. I was worried you introduced a broken game mechanic there. Oh, don't worry, it won't break until season 5. What? There's also Mr. Compress, who can compress any living or non-living thing into a ball. Compression. And my personal favorite, Toad. What's this girl like? Well, if she ingests blood, she can turn to the person whose blood she ingests. Oh, ew! Yeah, it's pretty gross. What if she ingested diseased blood? She's just a walking can of diseases. Hey, have we had this conversation before? I don't think so. Is that all the new characters? There's also a gas villain, a metal teeth villain, a magnetism villain, but they're not around long enough to warrant an explanation. I see. There's also a muscular villain whose Deku's got to fight to save the Pussycat's kid. And how's Deku gonna do? And he's gonna decide that he can go above 100% on his power for some reason. You can do that, and he's gonna punch the guy until he's knocked out. Take my money. You're the one paying for this. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And so Deku gets a villain to spill that the League is after Bakugo, right? Really? And so Deku uses one of the Pussycat's quirks to let everyone know that Bakugo is a villain's target. Wait, he what? I just said he warns everyone about Bakugo's attempted abduction. But he also told the League that he knew their plan. Surely they'd pick that moment to retreat. Yeah, you'd think so, but the League decides to steal away Bakugo anyway. Oh, fine, I guess. But Yaoyorozu attaches a tracking device to a gnome that they brought with. Who's Yaoyorozu again? If the Minecraft Create mod was a person. Ah, yeah, now I remember. And so then everyone's in hospital and thinking about what to do next. Well, obviously they're gonna leave this to the pro heroes, right? So Deku, Todoroki, Kirishima, Yaoyorozu, and Tenya decide to go rescue Bakugo, right? Oh, these kids are so stupid sometimes. And then we see all the pro heroes are also teaming up to rescue Bakugo. How are they gonna do that? So the police found the hidden bar because of reasons, and they got the location of the gnome factory from Yaoyorozu. Alright, close. It's All Might. Not what I meant. And so they're gonna attack the League, but then they suddenly get teleported away. Where to? And so Deku and his pals follow the tracker to Kamino Ward and realize that it's a gnome factory. Okay. At the same time, the pro heroes are gonna storm the joint, but everything is just gonna explode. What? Like, all the pro heroes are gonna get nuked. Oh no. And out of the darkness comes All for One. I'm almost afraid to ask. He's the guy who made One for All, and his power is to steal and transfer quirks. He's pretty much just the ultimate evil. What are they gonna do? Then All Might is gonna arrive and fight him. Oh, thank goodness. And then Deku and Co are gonna liberate Bakugo so that All Might can properly fight. I am literally on the edge of my seat. But then All Might is gonna run out of time and deflate. No. And then he's gonna remember the power of his origin or something. That's a new mystical power that the hero suddenly learns in a life or death situation. Nice. And then he's gonna go United States of Smash and arrests All for One. Yes, yes, yes. And then he's gonna be like, next, it's your turn. Yeah! But he's practically retired at this point, and what he really meant is that next is Deku's turn. What about All Might though? He's gone. He was our biggest selling point. Who's gonna buy toys of Deku? You know, most people actually. So what happens next? Everyone's gotta go to the provisional licensing exam. Defeating the ultimate evil to an exam kind of seems like a letdown. Yeah, that's kind of the point. We're in the crap arc now. Well, it sure feels like it. And so long story short, hey, what if I wanted to hear those details? Well, do you? Yeah, no, not really. I don't know why I said that. That's what I thought. So pretty much everyone in Class A is gonna pass the first test. Okay. Todoroki's gonna meet a windbender who just hates his dad, Endeavor. Oh, what? And so everyone in the class passes except for Todoroki and Bakugo. Oh, wow, I would not have guessed that. Yeah, we're pretty much just not gonna see them for a while. So how's the season end? Well, Deku and Bakugo are gonna fight. Why? Bakugo figured out that Deku got All Might's powers. How? Because he did. That's actually kind of genius. That's how Bakugo's gonna win and they're gonna be tied. Alright, so what did you think? I thought it was pretty cool. Can you change the exam arc to something more interesting though? No, my ChatGPT free trial expired. You what? I mean, I tried to use a different email, but they just saw right through that. Did you just admit that you wrote this script using AI? Was I not supposed to do that? That is brilliant. It's gonna save us so much money. Oh, good. In that case, I've just got one question. What's up? Do you think we could make a Roblox out of this? I'm sorry, what? Sir, you have a 4th install in the My Hero Academia franchise for me? Yes, sir, I do. I'm actually very excited about this season. Why? Is it good? Well, yes, but actually, no. No, not at all. Come again? Well, you see, I put a lot of effort into this first arc. Did you really? Alright, I put some effort into this first arc. And what about the second arc? That's the amazing thing. I just realized I don't care. Do you care about your job? Less than you would think. Well, I'm almost afraid to ask. Then don't means I can leave early. There's 2 ways out of this meeting. One is a successful pitch meeting and the other is in a body bag. You know, I always wondered what it would be like inside one of those. I need to know that you're joking. Well, alright then, do you want to hear my idea? Less and less every second, but go ahead and hit me with it. So Class 1-A is gonna meet UA's Big 3, right? Big 3 gods? No. Big 3 basketball? No, like the 3 third years who participate in work studies. Oh, that also sounds fun. Well, you've got Toga Togeda who can make objects go right through him. Everyone's gonna get through him. We've also got a girl who can use laser energy and a guy who can turn into things he eats. Hey, how the hell that other guy got a name and these guys don't? Simple, I didn't think of any. Well, sounds like an easy fix. You wanna fix it now? Nah, I'll do it later. Alright then, so Deku meets Sir Night-Eye and gets a work study with him. Nice, what's this Night-Eye guy like? So he's All Might's old partner and he can see the future. Cool, so he's dead by the end of the arc, right? A little before, actually. I like it. So one day Deku and Togeda are gonna meet this child Eri and her father, Overhaul. Why'd you say father like that? Cause no one's gonna believe for a second that he's actually her father. Alright then, what's this guy actually? He's a crime boss who's trying to use Eri to make bullets that will permanently take away people's quirks. A villain who takes away the hero's powers somehow. Is that it? Have we officially hit all the hero cliches? Almost, sir. We still got villain kidnaps hero's love interest. Oh, don't forget the one where the hero and the villain have the same powers. See, we've got a lot of good, reputable, bottom-of-the-barrel ideas left. And yet, the second arc is still somehow terrible. Irrelevant, and so all these hero agencies are gonna raid Overhaul's place, right? Nice, and do they get all up in that place? Odd phrasing, but yeah, they do, and Togeda loses his quirk. Oh no, I liked, what was his name again? Togeta. Right, Tortilla. Sure, also Night-Eye's gonna die. Oh yay, plot spoiling guy is dead. And then Deku's gonna use Eri's power so he can use 100% of One For All against Overhaul. Sounds rather epic, actually. Yeah, he's gonna go smash a lot. And then, he's also gonna, oh, never mind, that's all it took, actually. A smash a day keeps the Doctor not very far away, actually. Then the League of Villains is gonna steal the quirk-stealing bullets. Why do they do that? Because future seasons or something, I don't know. That works. And then Yue's gonna put on a school festival. Oh, is this that not-so-good arc? You betcha, the very one. Well, school festival doesn't sound so bad. And Deku's gonna fight this guy, Gentle Criminal. Oh, what's this guy like? He will literally never be mentioned again. Seems mean, but alright. And then Class 1-A is gonna put on a concert, and Eri's gonna smile. Like, that's kinda cool, actually. It's not. Why isn't it, though? Because it's not. Shut up about it. Shutting left up. And then we're gonna meet the number 2 hero, Hawks, right? Oh, is this guy like a hawk or something? No, he's got wings that are basically magic. What? So pretty much each feather has a mind of its own, and it's all straight up magic. It really is crazy that we can pass off straight up magic as some kind of genetic ability in this show. And so then Endeavor and Hawks are gonna fight a superpowered gnome. Those guys are still around. And Endeavor's gonna go prominence burn or something, and the gnome's gonna die. Oh, well, that actually sounds like a decent end to it. And then Deku's gonna get visions of the previous One For All users, and we're gonna fade to black and say continued in season 5. Okay, why'd you scream like it was a livestock auction? To stop you saying no. Oh, okay, just one flaw in that plan. I can still say no. Aw, come on. Who said you're getting a season 5? I did. Take it out. Well, are you gonna reprint these papers if I don't? Absolutely not. Then sure, I'll totally take it out. Good, because we don't need any more seasons of this show. Yeah, we're lowering the quality so much I doubt we'll even get to season 7 of this. Yeah, there's no way that'll ever happen. So, you have another Academia of the Hero variety for me? Yes, sir, I do, and it's the 5th season, so you know what that means. It's time to run it in the ground for a vain cash grab? I don't think so, no. Ooh, are we gonna make it a giant product placement for Coca-Cola? Definitely not that. Oh, the best 5th season is one that doesn't happen at all. No! Alright, then what do we actually do in a 5th season? We usually don't make it this far. We actually start paying off some of the overarching plot. Oh, that! Usually we never get to that, so I'm not sure how to do that, honestly. Yeah, me neither, so I just kind of took my best guess. Alright, then what'd you come up with? Class battles. What? So Deku and Class A are gonna fight against Class B, right? Class A is gonna win, aren't they? Well, hang on, you don't know that yet. I think I do. But here's the thing, you actually don't. Well, then answer me this. Does Class A end up winning? Well, that's a yes. No, it's not. Alright, well then tell me about these class battles that Class A is clearly fated to win. Well, everyone's gonna split up into teams of 4v4. Okay, fair enough. And this guy Shinzo is gonna come out. I don't remember that guy. He was the one who brainwashed Deku at the sports festival. Oh yeah, that guy! What's he doing here? Deku already defeated him. Well, he wanted to transfer into the hero course, and this is kind of his final test. Okay, what's he really there for, though? For a rematch. A rematch that Deku's totally gonna win. Well, actually... Well, I mean, Deku's arrested and fought crazy villains since then, so how's this really gonna be a fight? Well, you see, Shinzo's been training with Aizawa-sensei, and he's learning how to use the neck ropes. Ah, so is he any good? No. Oh, like he's gonna have one good move, and then he's never gonna use them properly again. Do you want to show him actually being competent so that we can believe he could actually fight Deku? Way ahead of you, he's got this support item that can mimic voices. Why though? Because his power only activates when people answer his questions. I mean, I vaguely remember that. So anyway, these class battles are gonna start, right? Tell me the scores. What? I said tell me those scores. Well, most of the arc is kind of like running through the bracket of the battles. I don't care, I want to hear that result. What could I at least tell you that Deku goes out of control and learns that the previous holders of One For All have their quirks inside of him, and he awakened the first quirk called Black Whip? Scores! Alright, well, Class A is gonna win the first match, and Class B is gonna win the next match. Let me guess, the third match is the tie? Well, yeah, actually. And then Class A is gonna win the remaining 2 matches. Wait, sir, how did you guess that? Because this is the shonen, and Class A are the main characters. Oh, yeah,
Was it really that obvious?
It was. It very much was. Alright, then let's try the second arc on for size. Alright, what's in this? Well, it's kind of like a 2-in-1 arc. You've got Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki all going to study at Endeavor's Hero Agency. Alright, seems cool. Then you got the My Villain Academia arc, where in the backstories that everyone in Shigaraki achieves near ultimate power. One of those arcs seems like a lot more important than the other. Definitely. Do you want to maybe give it like the 12 episodes it deserves? Not really, no. Why not? Because, and I cannot stress this enough, I don't want to. Well, do you think it'll make the fans angry that you cut and censored a lot of content from a really good arc? I never said censored, because I think it's a great idea. So tell me about these arcs. Well, pretty much everyone in Endeavor's agency is going to learn how to use their powers in cool new ways. Cool new ways are sure cool. We're also going to give hints about how Todoroki had an older brother who's kind of dead now. Is that important? Maybe, I can't really say. You're the writer though. If anyone can, it's you.
Nah.
Oh my gosh, you know, sometimes I wonder why I hired you. Because something about the IRS? Oh right, the body double thing. Never mind, continue. And so the League of Villains is going to confront the Metal Liberation Front, and everyone's going to get cool new powers. What do you mean? Well, Toga's gonna learn that she can use the quirk of people who she transforms into. What? Don't worry, she'll likely never use it again. What? Some more? And then Twice is gonna become the invincible duplicator. He did what? And we're finally gonna learn Shigaraki's backstory. Oh, what's that? He killed his entire family. Eh? And then he's gonna reach Super Saiyan level and just destroy the entire city with his decay. Hang on, can we circle back to the patricide of the matter? Nope, that's done now. What if I have questions though? You can ask them during the break, however I won't be around to answer them. Then what's the point of the break? There isn't really any point. Yeesh. And so then the heroes are all getting ready to storm the castle. What? I mean storm the city where the League has taken over the 100,000 members of the Metal Liberation Front. Wait, so Shigaraki has like an army now? Yep, and he convinces the doctor to give him all for one's power. Oh, so we're in the end game now. Ah, I can see how you might think that. What's that mean? Nothing. So, you have more miniature heroes for me? I mean, I guess some of them are smaller than others, but I don't think you're allowed to say it that way. No, I mean like the heroes are kids and they're smaller than adults. Oh yeah, if you mean it like that, then they are, yeah. So, do you have more miniature heroes for me? Indeed I do, and you remember how we left off on a cliffhanger last season? Not at all. But we're gonna pick up right where we left off and we're gonna storm the castle. They're gonna what? Well, I suppose technically the heroes are gonna storm the hospital. Do they need the 26 COVID booster as well? No, it's like where All for One's evil doctor is. I forget, is that the one without a face or the fake muscle man? The one without a face. Right, isn't he in some kind of prison that he's totally gonna break out of in a quiet way? How do you get out of prison quietly? Depends on the escape method, I guess. Anyway, then the second team of heroes is gonna try to evacuate the city residents. Wait, you're treating the city residents as actual individuals rather than people who just shout things every few seconds? Yeah, because you know, I was walking down the street the other day. Oh, this can't go anywhere good. And I realized that people live in this grand old world of ours, not just you and me. Bottom line, you took a different route to work, right? Yeah, there was construction on my regular route. And so what happens when the heroes storm the hospital? Ah, well, the heroes are gonna infiltrate the secret lab and kill Shigaraki. Well, what? Yeah, Shigaraki's dead for sure, and he's absolutely not gonna resurrect immediately afterwards, not at all. Wow, I'm in shock, and very proud of you for doing something original, like not resurrecting him immediately. A small amount of current is gonna resurrect him. Yeah, that sounds more like it. And Shigaraki's gonna destroy the whole city. You're joking, right? Not at all, he's got All for One's powers and his decay is like a death sentence. Well, who can even stand up to that? Well, the flying types can avoid his decay. Alright, that takes care of the flying guys. Now what about the majority of troops that are actually on the ground? Oh, what if we put in a Razorhead though? Oh, you know what you can do? You can take like a water type and have him pump water into his eyes so that way he doesn't have to blink. On it. And is that gonna work? Depends on the context. Does it give the heroes a fighting chance? Yes. Does it help Aizawa Sensei keep his leg? Not really. What? And so Shigaraki's gonna fire the leader around at Eraserhead to get rid of his powers, right? Oh, no, 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 no! And Eraserhead's gonna chop off his own leg. Wow, that is some dedication. And then Bakugo's gonna realize he was wrong to bully Deku all these years, so he's gonna take a magic spear through the chest and die. No, he's not. Yeah, he's gonna survive this one. Perhaps not the next one, though. What'd you say? So anyway, All for One's gonna take the reins and then escape, like, super easily. Oh, well, what can you do? Oopsie. And then he's gonna break everyone out of Tartarus and then break everyone else out of all the other prisons, and then the country's just kind of a lawless state. Oh, that was a large oopsie. Yeah, so this means that Deku's gonna enter his villain arc. Deku. You mean the guy who's the epitome of the image of crying so hard because you're happy? Yes, pretty much his whole self-sacrificing nature is gonna overwhelm him. He's gonna try to fix everything on his own. Oh, well, how is he gonna do? Pretty good, actually. He's gonna learn Flow, Danger Scent, Purple Mist, and Jumping Legs, which are all from the previous one for all users. Yeah, well, that's pretty good. Does that mean he's like 10 times stronger or something? Yeah, you remember that muscular villain from the previous seasons? Not at all. But Dexter's gonna fight him again and just trans him super easily. What's the significance of that? Oh, well, the jailbreak is kind of an excuse to see a lot of old characters. Ooh, I love excuses to see old characters. Who else we got? We've also got Overhaul. Oh, that guy, yeah. Didn't he kind of get an overhaul on his hands? Good memory, yeah, and he's gonna team up with the lovely Lady Nagant. Why do I have a feeling this lady is neither lovely nor ladylike? Well, she's a sniper hero turned villain, right? Why would someone who's actually a professional hero turn into a professional villain? Because the government needed people to help them kill people that they definitely couldn't have killed otherwise or something like that. I'm not sure. Can we get back to the actual story now, please? I suppose, although this side story is infinitely more interesting than the main story. Anyway, All For One's gonna send the lovely Lady Nagan after Deku, right? And I'm guessing she's gonna find him really easily, right? Oh yeah, like stupid easily. And Deku's gonna defeat her really easily. Wow, how are you guessing it this good? Because everything in the show falls into a pattern. What? No. Alright, well I'm guessing One For All is going to put some kind of explodey type quirk in her so that when she fails to capture Deku, it explodes. And she's likely going to impart some amount of information that seems useful at the time with her last dying breath, but it will ultimately end up leading to nothing. How did you... Huh? I told you it was stupid easy to predict. Also, you left the script on your desk. Wait, why'd you jump on it the moment I left? To make sure you weren't selling secrets to Mike's Fried Chicken, of course. You think I'd leave evidence of that on my desk? Totally, I mean, that's how the police found evidence of embezzlement. It was just sitting on my desk. Wait, found out about what? So anyway, where is this useless information from the lovely Lady Naga that Deku's received lead him? A message from All For One that tells Deku he's after him now. Oh, well, surely that's the moment that Deku's gonna run home to UA and, leave it to the actual heroes, right? He's kinda gonna collapse on the ground. Or he could do that, I guess. That's also a move. And then Class A is gonna come and rescue him, right? Okay, nice. Does this mean they're gonna drag him home? Yeah, he's gonna come home to UA, which is now kind of a shelter for the whole country. Wait, when did UA turn into a shelter? Cause it's lawless out there with all the villains running around. Couldn't these people have just taken an extended holiday? I'm sure there's a perfectly good reason why these people couldn't just go to Hawaii for a few months, but we're absolutely not gonna come up with one for plot reasons. That's my scriptwriter. So Uruka's gonna give a passionate speech about why Deku should stay at his own home. Great, and then what happened? We're also gonna learn that Shigaraki's like 2 days away from having a body that can actually handle All For One's powers. Oh, that's not good. We're also gonna end on a cliffhanger that like America's gonna send some help. A kind of help. The kind that will absolutely, definitely help, for sure. Why'd you say it like that? Anyway, what'd you think? I think after sitting through, 6 of these things, I just gotta ask, how many more of them are there? I mean, there's some amount left, definitely. You have no idea how you're gonna end this story, do you? Not at all. All I know is that we're definitely kind of in the end game now. Oh, you have more Harry Potter but it's superheroes for me? Yes, sir, I do. Great, what happens in this thing? Well, we're gonna start off by meeting America's solution to All Might, right? And what's that? This female hero named Star and Stripe, and her power is that, she can change the rules of reality. How does that work? Well, for example, she can say like, hey, the air 100 meters in front of me, that's gone now, so the people who are inside that are gonna start suffocating. Oh, that seems kind of overpowered. Which is why Shigaraki / All For One is gonna want her quirk so bad. Oh, does that mean we're gonna have a fight scene like immediately? We sure are. Star and Stripe and a lot of dudes and a lot of jets versus one guy in a suit. So she could just in theory say like, hey, that person over there, explodificate. Ah, well you see the thing is for living creatures she has to call them by the name they respond to. Oh, I get it. So it would be more like, hey, Shigaraki, you explodificate. Well no, that doesn't work because he's neither Shigaraki nor All For One right now because of the weird finagling stuff, and anyway, she can't use her powers on him is the point. Because the show would be over in 2 episodes and then we'd have no show, right? Essentially the show would be over in 2 episodes, yeah. So I found a middle ground. What's that? Star dies and her quirk is stolen. Sounds like a very bad guy-centric ground. But she managed to set a rule that her stolen quirk will, kill other quirks. And does that work? It sure does, and Shigaraki is not having a great time. Ooh, sounds like that'll be hard for him to fix. Actually, super simple. Barely an annoyance. Oh, really? Yeah, he just tries to pawn it off to some random person, but then the quirk decides it's died now. It's done. Can they do that? Apparently so, and then we're gonna meet up with our main cast of characters again. Oh yeah, what are Deku and the gang up to? Rooting out traitors, mostly. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so the invisible girl, who's a character in the story, by the way, is gonna find out that this other guy, Alyuma, who's also a character in the story, is actually the traitor / mole inside of UA. Wait, who was Alyuma again? The guy with the navel laser who always had a stomach ache and screamed about cheese? Ah, the French boy, got it. And then we're gonna learn that Alyuma helps All For One because he was actually born quirkless and All For One gave him a quirk. Well, that's a nice story, but surely Alyuma's gonna be, put in jail for all of those crimes that he's done, right? Now the class immediately trusts him again after he explains himself. You'd think they might feel a little more betrayed after finding out that their classmate was a villain this whole time. Well, they won't because, they've got a plan formulating, and in this season we're not gonna have time for complex emotions that aren't attached to fight scenes. What's the plan? Let Alyuma prove himself to be a hero again by luring All For One into a trap. What kind of trap? The trap where Deku's just standing in the middle of nowhere all alone saying, come and get me. Oh, you mean the thing that Deku tried for all of Season 6 Part 2 and, didn't work because All For One was too smart to fall for an obvious trap? So he's gonna fall for the obvious trap. Oh, he does. Yeah, and so then the heroes are gonna have the copy guy Monoma take the Enderman-like Kurogiri's teleportation quirk and use it to teleport the heroes and the villains all around specific places in the country. Ooh, and how does that go? Pretty well, actually. They take Shigaraki to a floating island with the Racer Head and Monoma on them so that, he can't use his quirks. Oh, that's smart. Yeah, but then Shigaraki decides that with raw strength alone, he's able to grow, just infinite arms. Essentially, you needed him to be quirkless, but still somehow super powerful, right? Pretty much, yeah, but there's a problem. The first of many, I imagine. Toga pulled Deki into her portal, even though, he was supposed to go with Shigaraki, so that's not good. So he's going to to immediately leave and go to where Shigaraki is, right? Close. First, Toga's gonna confess her feelings for him, and we're gonna have a funny scene where Deku's like, oh my gosh, a girl likes me. Was that really necessary? Look, sir, it was sort of like a now or never thing, so yes, it was absolutely necessary. Alright, so after the kind of necessary, but also probably not super necessary love confession, Deku's gonna then go full speed ahead towards Shigaraki, right? Yes, and by the way, running away from a confession to fight a supervillain is definitely a strat we should use again in, like, the next rom-com we make. Oh, I imagine several people will like that idea. I know, right? And then we're gonna jump to Todoroki fighting his older brother Dabi, and, you know, he beats him by turning him into a popsicle. Ooh, a Dabi-themed popsicle. We should totally sell those. No, we shouldn't. And then Hawks and Endeavor, they're gonna fight All for One, right? Oh, and how does that go? Well, Endeavor's gonna manage to burn All for One's body to a crisp, so, you know, he's dead now, right? Strong start. Then All for One decides that it's rewind time and uses Ares' quirk to rewind his own body. Wait, why does he have that now, and how can he use it? Because he does, and because I said he does. And so anyway, now he's rewinding to his younger body, which means he's also getting a lot stronger. What happens next? We switch scenes. Oh, switching scenes right when it's probably the worst time to switch scenes is lit. Indeed it is, and so then Bakugo's gonna be fighting Shigaraki, right? Oh, and how does he do against him? Pretty well, actually. He decides that, you know, exploding from his hands is so yesterday, so he decides to start exploding from his whole body instead. So, essentially, he levels up. Pretty much, yeah, but that's not enough to stop Shigaraki, who stabs him through the chest and freaking kills him. You already did a fake-out Bakugo death in the last season. I'm not falling for that again. Well, what if he was actually dead this time? Wait, is he? Maybe the last we're gonna see of him is like some superhero CPR because, you know, Deku's gonna come charging in with like a superhero smash right out of a comic book. Oh, the main hero and the main villain are finally gonna meet. What happens there? Well, Deku's gonna use his ultimate move of glowing a lot and punch right through all of Shigaraki's many hands. And then what happens? We cut away. Do you maybe want to stay on topic for long enough that more than one singular thing happens? No, and so then Spinner's gonna arrive at a hospital with an army full of people who look different and feel oppressed by society because of it. Hang a second, are you trying to say something? No, maybe yes. Oh, dang it, I can't parse between those answers, so I have no choice but to let you proceed. Great, so Spinner, he's gotten pretty jacked because, you know, All for One gave him a quirk that turns him into a walking, talking dinosaur. Why'd he do that? So that he can climb walls for like one scene or something. It's not important. What is important is that they're there to break out the Enderman dude from the hospital. And do they do that? Well, you know, after causing physical harm to many heroes and police officers, the people who feel oppressed by society are going to decide they're done with all that violent stuff after seeing that there are people inside that hospital. Oh, and how are we going to show that? Oh, get this. This one guy is going to, like, drop a bat. Cool. What about the rest of them? Not sure. Wait, if only one guy dropped his bat, then maybe there are others in the crowd who don't drop their bats and decide they still want to have their revenge upon the people who they believe have wronged them. Well, seeing as we will never see them again, I don't care. Oh, you don't? No, I don't. And so then the Spinner guy is going to reach the Enderman guy and by sheer plot convenience manage to activate it. Oh, no, that doesn't sound good. Well, it's not because, you know, now the Enderman guy is a main character in the story again. And what does he do? Well, first we have to go back in time. Okay, fine. I'll allow it just this once, but you're not gonna make a habit of that one, right? Sure. Wait a second. Anyway, Toga's gonna be fighting with Uraraka, right? And Toga, she's got some of Twice's blood she can use to transform. How'd she get that? By getting it off screen or something. And anyway, because she actually likes Twice as a person, when she drinks the blood and turns into him, she can use his quirk of, you know, multiplying infinitely. Oh, that's not good, but at least it's contained to what I assume is, you know, an island, right? And then the Enderman's gonna arrive, and the Toga/Twice clones are going to arrive where Shigaraki is and take out Eraserhead, so Shigaraki can use his quirks again. Oh, that's just even more not good. No, it's not, but he's still reeling from Deku's multicolored punch, so, you know, he's gonna stay, you know, in the same place for a few minutes. Why? So that just when you thought all was lost, we're going to have everyone's favorite hero-turned-villain-turned-hero duo again of Gentle Criminal and Labratfa showing up, right? Wait, who? You know, they're the ones that tried to break into the UA school, Season 4, Part 2. You mean the arc that was extremely forgettable and people really hated? The very same, and so Gentle Criminal is gonna use his elastic to try to keep the floating island in the sky to keep Shigaraki off the ground. Okay, I guess that's cool, epic, and heroic, boxes checked. And then the lovely Lady Nagan is also going to appear and from a possibly long distance away shoot off Shigaraki's hand so he can't use decay. Wait, I thought she was comatose after nearly dying last season. Oh yeah, it was one of those near-death comatoses that only lasts for a season, and so then anyway, we're moving back to All for One, right? Oh yeah, what's up with this rewindy fella? Ah, well, you see, it says here that Hawks is gonna lose his quirk and All for One is gonna get away. Oh, so not good. Not really known. To top it off, the Enderman guy brought Dabi to end him. Oh, so it's like a father-son fight, right? Close. Every member of the Todoroki family, including the mother and the brother and the sister, are also gonna be there. What about the Todoroki we spent most of the series with? Oh yeah, that Todoroki. Well, the thing about him is that this guy Tenya, who's definitely not the Flash. Definitely not. We give the Todoroki we know and love a ride to the rest of his family, who's gonna use all of their collective ice powers to cool down their older brother who's having a temper tantrum. Didn't he kill, like, a lot of people? A really large huge temper tantrum. And then anyway, we're gonna find out that Uraraka followed Toga through the portal to where All For One is. Oh, and what's Uraraka gonna try to do? Talk to her. Well, I mean, there's no way that works, right? I mean, just for a start, she couldn't even pick out the real Toga amongst the cloud of infinite clones. And the first thing Uraraka's gonna do is notice that the crying clone is probably the real Toga. Okay, but there's no way that talking to a murderous psychopath whose only intent is to annihilate all the heroes is gonna work, right? So it ends up working. And since Uraraka's injured, Toga's gonna decide to, you know, transform into her and then give her like a blood transfusion, which will probably end up killing Toga. Does it? Not sure, because we cut away. You're getting far too comfortable with that new trick. I know, right? It's like I don't ever have to resolve anything ever. I can just cut away. I mean, you will eventually, though, right? Sure. And so then we're gonna have like the most epic rematch ever, right? Isn't this whole thing a rematch from season 6? Shut up. And so then we're gonna have like All For One, who only steals quirks, versus like All Might, who's quirkless, right? Wait, how's All Might gonna fight All For One if he's quirkless? Well, he's kind of banking on the fact that All For One hates him more than anyone else. Okay, makes sense, I suppose. And also, he's Iron Man now. Wait, what? Yeah, he's got this really cool suit that kind of mimics the moves of Hero Class 1-A, and he's gonna use it to combat against All For One's like insane power. Wait, so after all these seasons, we finally have a quirkless hero in an advanced enough technology suit that a school teacher could afford it. It seems that way for sure. You know, you'd think at some point, you know, like a quirkless billionaire might have thought about this idea somewhere down the line. Oh, well, there's your spin-off show. Ooh, I like that. And so anyway, then All Might and All For One, they're gonna exchange blows, and you know, All For One is slowly getting younger, All Might's getting slowly more damaged, Deku and Shigaraki are still in sort of like a tangle spinny kind of thing, and you know, it's kind of like an old versus new kind of deal, right? Okay, and then what? We cut away. What to? Oh, I should have been more specific. We cut away from the season. What? Yeah, we get out of there pretty quick. I feel like not even one thing had a resolution, and so many people are either close to death or just dying. But you see, the reason why it might feel like nothing was resolved is because nothing was resolved. Well, then why did you do that? Well, because we still need enough content for the final season, right? And that's the next one. Exactly. Cool. So hey, now that the anime is actually essentially over, still a year away. Oh, shut all the way up. Do you think maybe we could go for like a live action version next? No, I don't at all. Why not? Because it's likely to be unfaithful in its adaptation of the source material. It's probably not going to be as good as the anime anyway, and it might damage the reputation of the brand in a permanent fashion. Okay, so all those perfectly valid arguments you just laid out, I chose not to hear any of them. Oh, this cannot end well. Hey guys, Anime Pitch Me here. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, then I suggest you click over here for something that is similar to what you just watched, and yet it's not exactly what you just watched. Anyway, see you in the next one.